Hello Buttercup, welcome back to my channel. Today's tag is the song tag, and it's mainly about songs, but there is a question about books and music, so it counts. Totally counts as a bookish tag, okay? At least that's what I'm telling myself. I want to talk about music. I want to do this tag and there's a book thrown in, so we're just gonna go through it. If you think it's a little weird that I'm in a corner and you keep seeing this happen, the sun is shining bright today, right in my face, and this is the only spot right here, not even just a little bit over to the side, that I am not glowing like freaking Edward. It's annoying. It took me a while to figure out where to sit for this tag. And that's another reason why I'm doing this tag, because it took a good second to figure out the whole situation with the sun, because you can't control the sun. So we're gonna jump right in. I was actually tagged by Adam Rodriguez. Danger zone. We're in the danger zone today. Number 1, name a song that always makes you happy. And I'm gonna go with Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. And I really do also enjoy the music video because it has Robin Williams in it. There's another comedian that's in it, which I don't know who he is. I just focus on Robin and Bobby. It's a fantastic upbeat song, and it also has a good message. Like, really, it's about you can't control a lot of stuff. You can only control yourself. So you need to just don't worry, let it go, and be happy. And that's a good message. Number 2, name a song that's a great fit for when you're in a pensive mood. And I'm gonna go with Losing My Religion by R.E.M. When I was in college, it was like the last year of college in 2016. Wow, time has flown. But I was taking a lot of philosophy classes, and then I took a religious class. Now, I grew up in a neo-pagan household. My grandmother was a spiritual science minister, so she could marry you in any religion, basically. Because of this, she had to keep up with all of the religions and anything and everything that changed, even if it was just ever so slightly. And she was also a religious scholar, so I grew up not religious, spiritual, I guess you would say. For a long time, I thought that every religion was the same thing because that's what was in her household. But then when you grow up a little more and you experience just life, I was a bit confused because I could see all the trends that were of different religions, and they were very similar. And then taking the philosophy classes and the religion class really solidified that. So I had 6 months of basically an existential crisis about religion and spirituality and what that means. Joseph Campbell actually helped a lot, specifically the book Myths to Live By. And I mentioned it before, but the quote, paraphrasing, is human beings are the only species to understand, to have a consciousness, and the realization that we are going to die. And in between birth and death, there's a lot there. And how are we going to live our life? And how are we going to come to grips, if we ever come to grips, with the fact that every single person is going to die, you're going to die, and we don't know what's at the end. And it's just a continual cycle that is not going to change. And so I knew of Losing My Religion from the early 2000s when I discovered R.E.M. kind of on my own, just listening to the radio. And then really you listen to the lyrics and you're like, yeah, I feel that. I feel that really hard. So whenever I'm pensive or very serious, I know I go to that song in particular, but also a lot of R.E.M. songs. They're kind of like, it's an interesting mix of upbeat and seriousness, and I like that. Number 3, name a song that's changed your taste in music. And I'm gonna say Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra. For a long time, didn't want to have anything to do with pop or pop rock, and I don't even think that you count ELO as pop, and I don't think they would be counted as pop rock. I don't know if that was a thing during that time, but it's a little poppy, just a little bit. They do some sound effects, what we would call autotune, but there's specific wording for the items they use to alter some of their sounds. And I just didn't want to have anything to do with that. Now, I don't have anything to do with modern pop or modern most things because of the autotune and the decline of seriousness and artistry and music. It's now entertainment, it's not art, personal opinion. But that doesn't mean that in the past it wasn't art. I really think that Mr. Blue Sky is an amazing song, and just because there's a little bit of maybe manipulation of certain sounds in that song in particular, but also just ELO in general, that does not mean that it's bad music or that they didn't try very hard or anything like that. I know that ELO is a fantastic band and has held up for decades, and I think they will continue to do so because they've created a fantastic work of art in music. Number 4, recent song that you've discovered and love, and it's gonna be I Wish You Were Here by the Dropkick Murphys, and that's about 2 years old. I don't know why I haven't heard of that recent album or those recent singles from that album, but I looked them up and I did more digging, and that's how I found the song. I don't know, I think maybe they're known for State of Massachusetts and Shipping Up to Boston and Rose Tattoo, so like those are usually the main ones that you see automatically, and then also like the lyric videos that aren't actually from them. It's always on the first page. But you have to do a little digging to find their other stuff. My bad. I'm not the best fan then, I guess, because I hadn't done my due diligence. And I'm sad that I didn't hear it 2 years ago, because I think it would have been a great song to have known during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I think that might be why they wrote it and they released it during that time, because it is about someone that you love passing away and you wish that they were here. And I think that's really moving and important to share with the world, especially 2 years ago, but still going on right now. Number 5, name 3 bands or artists that you love. And I'm gonna say Red Hot Chili Peppers, AC/DC, and Bowling for Soup. Bowling for Soup was my first pop punk band that I found on my own. Basically, it was the first alternative band that I found on my own. Just randomly heard one of their songs, pretty sure it was 1985, on the radio, and then I went out and bought their CD, and I forget which one it was, but I can picture it in my head. Anyway, great memory, Nicole. I know, thank you. And I have like almost all of their albums. When I say favorite band or favorite singer or favorite artist in regards to music, that means that I've listened to multiple albums fully. So I can say, oh, I like, I don't know, Ed Sheeran. But that means I've only listened to like 5 of his songs. But how many albums does he have? So that's my distinction. When I say favorite, like I'm talking favorite, I owned or I've listened to at least one full album from beginning to end, if not multiple. My favorite album from Red Hot Chili Peppers is Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic. From AC/DC, it's Back in Black. And then Bowling for Soup is A Hangover You Don't Deserve. Those are fantastic albums. There's an artistry to album creation, at least there was. I can't say about modern music like the past 10 years, which is depressing. Maybe even 15. Mainstream music, I should say. Songs are deliberately placed on the album in a specific order that you need to view in that order to understand the concept of the album. And that is, I think, what's missing lately from music, because people are listening to singles and then they'll put out a bunch of singles, like 5 singles, and then you have 15 songs on an album, but no one cares about the other 10, so you're missing a lot. I think you're missing a lot. So go out and listen to full albums. Okay, I'm just saying. Number 6, what instrument would you like to be able to play? I used to play drums and I was told that I was good, but I have stage fright and I therefore gave it up. I remember that, I don't know, it was 5th grade, 4th grade, some grade, where it was going to be a huge, not play, like musical, I don't know, but I was on the drums and I could not do it. I hid in my closet and my mom was like trying to get me out, and she said, like, people are gonna be disappointed because there's no drums, Nicole. And I would not move, and they're like, there are other people that can play the drums, and I missed it. But I don't know if the music teacher was great in saying that it's all on you as a child, like, and that there will be hundreds, if not thousands of people there. You need to be determined to do the very best you can. That doesn't work for me, obviously, because I skipped it and I hid in a closet. I can play the boron drum. So that's the Irish drum that you see a lot. It's just a big drum. It's supposed to be goat skin or sheepskin or something like that. And then the wooden frame, and then I haven't played it in a long time, so I forget the instrument, the wooden handle. It's not really a handle. My bad, I should know these things. It's fine. But I can play that, I just can't play the other drum, like a drum set. Can't do that. Forget it. But at least I kept something drums, which is the Irish boron drum. It's pretty straightforward. Well, not really, because there's a lot of people that can't play it 'cause they don't get the concept, but I think it's straightforward. So maybe that's my musical instrument that I'm good at, and I should pick it up. But the boron drum is, like, you have to get a good one, and those good ones are expensive, so that's on hold. But in the future, I think so. Number 7, name a fiction book with music at the center of the narrative. And I'm going to go with Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And also, it is now on Amazon Prime as a TV show. I think it's just going to be a limited series. I don't know why it would become like multiple seasons. They can definitely do that book and just a limited series, and I think that's it. But regardless, I am like 4 episodes in. It's really exciting. I read the book last year. What's interesting is, for me, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars because I didn't like any of the characters. Not even one. Like, they were interesting enough that I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. If I liked even just one of the characters, I would have given it 5 out of 5 stars. But yeah, interesting. I mean, everyone has flaws, totally get that, but it's interesting for me personally that their strengths did not outweigh all of their flaws. They have, every single person has a lot of flaws. I'm like, or they're just like, they think that they're reasonable, but they're not. Well, that would be a flaw. You get what I'm saying. It's fine. Oh, the sun. Okay. It's like I'm a vampire. Ow! The last question is tagging people. What a fantastic transition. I'm so great. I swear I'm better at transitions in my book. I can't think of anyone that would want to do this tag off the top of my head that hasn't already done it. It's a popular tag, I've noticed. So if you're watching and you want to do the tag, go for it. Even if it's in a blog form, also counts as a tag. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.